Hello, I'm Mr. Donkey. Please, welcome my first guest, the Clown Prince of Crime, the Jester of Genocide, the Joker.
Hello. Let's see what we have here. Pick a card. Hello. How are you? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Have you been missing me? I know that the police have been looking for me for some time now, and it's made me think, it's made me think about me and you. And I'm not talking to you, dear viewer. I'm talking to a man who has been there since the beginning, who watched me spread my little wings and start killing people. You enjoyed it, haven't you? Be honest, be honest. I certainly have. And it takes me back. It takes me back to before our little union. And I bet you're wondering, what made him like this? What made him this way? Is there any way that I can possibly change it? To get to the center of that raging storm of a mind. I'll have to edit that bit out. That may give you a clue to where I am. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I came to be. I was a normal boy who lived with normal parents. I loved chemistry. I was really good at chemistry. And I had a very depressed mother and a self-righteous father who thought that he could go out and change the world. I got a lot of my morals from him. But one day, I look into my mother's room and she's crying. And I say, "Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why are you so sad?" And she doesn't tell me. She refuses to tell me, and my dad says, "Son, you have to be supportive. Your mother is going through a very lousy time at the moment." So I did as I was asked, and I ignored it. She began to beat me. She began taking a little statue, a little figurine of her Lord and Savior, and started whacking me with it. it wasn't fun. I remember she hit me so hard once it nearly broke her hand. Anywho, things were looking up at school though, because a new girl had joined. Oh, how exciting. I can't remember her name now, but I was infatuated. She liked chemistry just like me. So I thought, come on, pull yourself together. You have to ask her on a date and go out for some good old fun. And I planned to. But I had a friend who liked her as well. And when he found out about my plans to ask her to a movie or to a restaurant or something like that, he said, back off. I saw her first. As if she was a horse. And when I told him no, he broke my nose. But that was just the beginning of my problems. I got home that day, and my dad had gone and joined the army. I told you he was self-righteous, and my mother began beating me harder and harder. The girl was my only solace left now. I put all my money on her. So I went in the next day, and it was chemistry. And I walked up to her and said, hey, would you like to go out sometime? She said no. And to make matters worse, my friend threw a beaker of acid in my face. The first thing I asked for was a mirror. It was bad. But to add a naughty little cherry on top, I was told that my father was killed in action. And as a result, my mother hung herself. Hey, Mom. And that's where it all went. That's a story that you people, not you, my dear, you people would put on your doodads and your phones, and it would trend for a day, and then you'd forget about it. You're so content, aren't you, in your happy little lives? Always calling out injustices, always so fervent for the truth. And yet when push comes to shove, when knife turns to bazooka, you are all just animals. You push hard enough, and you'll just be like me. You don't really care. You don't care about injustice or things that need to be fixed. You just care about the appearance of looking good. It's sad, really. Apathy. That's what's trending every day, constantly on a loop. Isn't it, Bats? It's the age-old argument we've been having. And until the day comes where one of us bites the dust, it'll keep on coming. Little people wrapped up in the middle. Or did that story even really happen? I mean, I'm beginning to lose my train of thought. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe it doesn't matter what happened. The only thing that matters is that when you have such a bad day, you just go crazy. One day, that's all it takes, just one, and then you'll fly off the deep end as if the world was flat. It didn't have to be that story, maybe. Maybe my father was a drinker or a fiend. And one night he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" Or maybe it was Jeannie was dead. It was 1,000,001 chances of happening, and she got electrocuted by picking up a baby bottle. And I did that job wearing that ridiculous goldfish bowl on my head. And I went to Ace Chemicals that night, and there he was, standing in my way, the Batman. And we tussled and we fought, and then I fell into the acid, and I became the happy man I am today. When I was a little boy and told people that I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. But no one's laughing now. Any of those will do. The story doesn't matter. It's your reaction that really takes the cake.